Hi, I'm Kimberly from This Little Light Healing, and we are going to do a reading for today because it is 11/11, and it's just a very energetically good day. It's a good day to manifest, a good day to set goals, a good day to be positive, just a good day. So this whole week actually is pretty epic. We have this week Jupiter and Pluto are going to be conjunct for the third and final time this year, and we also have Mars going direct in Aries. So things that have felt like they've been slow, or you feel like you haven't known what sort of action to take, that's going to start to speed up again. We're going to lose that feeling of kind of dragging in the action that we take. And also we have the new moon in Scorpio coming up, I believe, on Thursday, Friday. At any rate, just a really good, energetic sort of week. So I thought I would do a little reading today for November 11th, 11/11/2020. All kinds of synchronicities there. Happy Veterans Day to all of you that have served. Got my little army hoodie on in remembrance of somebody that I love that served. So normally I have my, well, let me do my little thing first. In the description box below, you'll see a little paragraph that talks to you about the way that I read. I read energy, not gender. That means anyone can come up as a king, queen, knight, page, what have you. It's just the feminine or masculine energy that they're in. We all have feminine and masculine energy. So it's just the way that you're responding to the situation that the reading is going to be about. Normally, I already have pulled all the oracle cards for the reading beforehand, but they're going to play a pretty big part in this actual reading because I'm trying to pick up more on the energy of this week for everybody. It's going to be a week, right now I can tell you, that you need to let go of things, expectations, people, ideals, and be ready and open to moving into what actually serves your highest good, rather than what you've kind of been stubbornly holding on to. So there won't be any extended for this, but if you'd like a personal reading, you can schedule that at my website, which is thislittlelighthealing.com. All right, let's get into it. Spirit, what are the energies that we'll be experiencing this week, beginning with today, 11/11/2020, and as we move into the rest of the transits and things that are happening energetically this week? A lot of people may be starting on a healing journey, or may have already be on a healing journey, where for whatever reason, and this may be something that's been happening, or that you're in the process of, or something that's been happening for a while now, but where you're just really kind of starting to understand the patterns and false narratives and things that have really kept you stuck, kept you from being your best self. So there's definitely a feeling of that. A lot of reflection on choices, decisions, things of that nature. A lot of it might be job related or relate to what you do for work or how you make money. Commitments that you need to move away from, commitments that you may want to make. Yeah, lots of good stuff. So let's see. Whoa. So we've already got some masculine energy on the board. It's an impassioned masculine. Oh, sort of down, and it's gonna be about love. Ooh, shocking. This is about a masculine energy that's very passionate about a woman that is definitely very beautiful, very intuitive, very in touch with her emotions, and probably in touch with his. And he doesn't quite know what to make of that. Tell me more about this week energetically, beginning with 11/11/2020, moving into transits this week. A lot of happiness, a lot of abundance. There's a feeling that a lot of you are beginning to see things from a perspective that you haven't before. Yeah, that before you may have been, if it pertains to love. And this can pertain, even if I read this as, something romantic, this can be something that is happening with a family member, with a friend, with a coworker. This can be something going on with your job, or however it resonates. It's feeling strongly romantic, but it can resonate other ways. But there's definitely a feeling here that you weren't able to see things clearly before because you were tied up in a different commitment. A commitment where there was a lot of lying and fighting, hostilities. Ooh. A lot. This person, if this is romantic for you, or however it is, going towards this person is something that you're pondering. If you're the masculine is really pondering this a lot. And I'm not sure if the feminine is even aware that he is. It doesn't seem like she's even aware that this is something that he's considering. But whoever this feminine is, she's different than anything he's ever experienced before. And I think it makes him feel a level of discomfort. So he's strategizing, of course. Oh, you masculines. You don't always have to think with your head. You can think with your heart sometimes. Yeah, this woman's got you twisted. Maybe a little heartbroken. She's for sure got you twisted. The masculine wants to make an offer here, and it could be an offer of any sort. It could be offer to buy you some coffee, an offer of marriage. I think for everybody it's going to vary for everyone. Whatever it is that he's trying to figure out how to offer, he's having a hard time figuring it out. He doesn't know how to approach this woman because she comes across as very, very strong. And that's different for him. situation, please. Tell me more about the energy of this week. 11/11/2020. Jupiter and Pluto conjunct for the last time this year. This third pass this year. If you have strong Capricorn placements too, this could definitely affect you a lot. For myself, my Jupiter is actually in Capricorn, and so is my North Node. But if you're a Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Rising, really if you have it in any of your first 5 placements or North Node, maybe your 7th or 10th house, this could be affecting you even more specifically, more strongly. This time this week too, I know is actually supposed to be a strong time for Scorpio, Taurus, and Aquarius, that will be feeling the effects of the energy this week a little bit more than others. So can you tell me more about the situation with this king wanting to make some sort of offer to this queen? Why is he struggling? Let's ask that. Why is this king struggling with how to do this? He wants it to be perfect. That's nice to want to make it perfect, but nothing's perfect. And it might be a little, I mean, if you're in your ego about the way that you want it to be perfect, be careful of that. But why is this king having a difficult time? Oh. King, some of these masculines, these kings, may have ignored this queen for a while. And so they don't know how this offer is going to be received. This queen doesn't look like anyone that's used to being ignored. To be perfectly honest, she's coming across as very feminine, very beautiful. She's also coming across as someone that if you pay no mind to her, she pays no mind to you. Okay. So we have isolation, self-worth, and abundance. And I am so here for this energy, Kings. If this is what you've been doing, what this message is that these kings have taken this time away, taken this time alone, to be reflective. Yeah, I think when we were shuffling, the message that I was getting was about being reflective too. And now we have completion and grief. So I think that there was something that this masculine needed to finish grieving, get over, heal from. And then as that happened, he also needed to spend time alone, rebuilding his self-worth. And as he's done that, as he's spent this time alone, trying to be strong again, he's really gotten to a place where he realizes he's a good dude. But now he feels guilty. I think he feels guilty because this queen thinks that he's been very complacent in the way that he's approached the situation. there's definitely, there's a lot of grief here. But I don't think it's just about the relationship that ended, that needed to be healed from. I think that even beyond that, as this masculine went into this time alone, I guess, or, you know, they probably said they were working a lot or whatever it was, where they were just being very reflective over choices that they've made, or, you know, false narratives that they believed for too long. And they needed to spend that time alone to really come to terms with all that, because it's been a period, it's been a time of growth for them. And a lot of times that's something that you can only do alone. Sometimes you need that time alone to be able to, I don't know, get yourself together emotionally without, you know, the influence of other people, so you can just really think clearly and kind of get yourself in order. Yeah, there's been a lot of growth as this masculine is reflected on the mistakes that he thinks that he's made. But Kings, if you're listening and this is what you've been doing, understand that whatever the mistakes are that you think that you've made were really just lessons that you needed to learn. They were experiences that you needed to have, even if they ended painfully, or they ended with you realizing that you've made mistakes, or whatever it is. As long as you find a lesson in whatever happened there and integrate it into yourself, that was the purpose in it. There's purpose in all things. You know, this energy of guilt that I'm getting just so strongly. If there's people that you need to make amends with or make things right with, do that. You know, but you have to forgive yourself. You have to forgive others, and you have to forgive yourself, King. Because whatever these things are that you've gone through, you needed to go through. There were lessons that you learned here. Every bad thing in our life, or I shouldn't say bad, every hard thing that we go through has purpose. They're lessons for us. They're things that we need to learn. And the only thing to ever feel bad about is if you don't learn the lesson. All right. So we've got a lot of envy and regret. I think that the regret, when we have the regret card coming up, I think this is more just about, it feels like time. It feels like this king is regretting that he feels like he's lost time, or the envy too feels like he's looking at other people's lives and what they have and what they've been able. We all have different paths, Kings. If you're being envious of, you know, someone you know that's been married for 25 years and you envy that sort of relationship because you haven't had it, that just wasn't the plan for you. You have a different path. You have something different that you're supposed to do, and it's different. We are always right where we're supposed to be. And as you come to that, as you become more balanced in that understanding, this courage energy that's coming out is really talking about having the ability to look at all the things that you're looking at, these things that you regret, the mistakes that you think that you've made, the time that you think that you've lost. As you look at it and you start to recognize the value in the mistakes, the things that you've learned, and integrate them into yourself, that's hard. That's hard to recognize all that, but as you do, you're going to come into this energy of peace and gratitude. You really are always exactly where you're supposed to be. Promise. All right, where is... I'm going to do this a little bit backwards. Usually I would do this romance, since this is much romantic. Usually I would do this after I do the tarot, but I'm gonna do it a little bit backwards. I think for a lot of you, the reason why you're having a hard time making this offer to this feminine, to this queen, to this person that it seems like you've ignored, is because you're afraid to love again. And Spirit wants you to know that it is safe to love again, that you can do that. There's a lot of attraction here. Yeah, just over and over. Like, it's okay. It's okay. If you've done the healing, if you've been working on self-love and the way that you view yourself, if you've been working on healing and you've spent that time alone that you need to, masculines, you've been manifesting this queen, whether you realize you have been or not. Somewhere in your subconscious, you've been thinking that you want to draw this person close to you, and they're here, and they're, you know, even if there have been mistakes that have been made, they're still here. They're showing up in your reading. They weren't, if it wasn't still viable, they wouldn't be showing up in your reading. Yeah, she's here. She's not fully engaged because it was probably too painful for her to remain fully engaged, but she's still here energetically. If you're still thinking about her, she's still thinking about you. Yeah. When you guys met, whatever happened that took it to a place that you weren't speaking, when you first met, there was a lot of chemistry, a lot of passion. And that's what you're still focused on. Well, that's why you haven't forgotten. And then we have separation, deception, and worth waiting for. You might have separated yourself from this feminine because there were things that you weren't telling the truth about. And this queen still thought you were worth waiting for. Because she's still here. She needed for you to love yourself first. You can't love anybody else until you love yourself. Can't. So let's get into the tarot and find out what happened. What happened? This energy, this reading, what it's giving me right now is just very much, like I said right in the beginning, of letting go. Letting go of the guilt. Letting go of the grief. Letting go of the idea that you don't deserve love. Letting go of fear of approaching. Letting go of regret. Letting go of the idea that there's anything for you to regret, because Two of Cups is here. This is divine love. Two of Cups is Cancer energy. Cancer and Venus specifically. I'm Cancer and Venus, so I know this. Cancer and Venus, if you are dealing with someone that has a Cancer and Venus placement, it's a yummy love. Because no one takes care of their person the way a Cancer and Venus will take care of their person when they're in love. The Tower just wanted to show itself. If it wants to come out, it will. is the situation? Regret again. Feeling regret. Heartache. Yeah, this really is just about letting all of that go. And Spirit is telling us that, you know, that you've been doing the work, and that even you have probably had these realizations, you know, that you've been too critical about towards yourself. And these things that you've been grieving or regretting or feeling guilt over, that it's time for that to come to an end. A lot of you have been in this energy of feeling like you deserve to feel bad. And that's just not true. It's just not. It's time for a new beginning for you. What is the situation, please? Magician upright. You're ready to manifest. I mean, there's no better card for this week than the Magician. The Magician is the master manifester. When he's upright, he has all the tools, everything he needs to, you know, do what it is that he needs to do. To bring into his life whatever it is that he wants to bring into his life. You know, he's mastered his mind. He knows that what he gives the most thought to, that's what he's going to create. If he tells himself all the time he's a piece of trash, well, he's going to feel like a piece of trash. If he tells him that he's a person having a human experience and that his mistakes are opportunities for him to learn and grow, you know, make amends when it's necessary and move on with those lessons, then, you know, he's going to have a full, amazing life. Tell me more about the situation, please. Oh. So there was a situation, a conflict. We've got Strength in reverse, the Five of Swords in reverse, and Five of Pentacles upright. So there was a situation that looks like it was probably in the past a little bit now. And the past can be, you know, a month ago or 10 years ago. You know, it's all relevant to whatever you think the past is. Where this king either wasn't as strong as he wanted to be, or this could be a Leo. This feminine energy could be a Leo. But there was conflict and he chose to just walk away. That's what these two energies are reading to me right now. And that left him in this Five of Pentacles energy, which is just feeling very out in the cold, very alone, very just sad. Just not where he wants to be. Who wants to be out in the cold? All right. What was the obstacle that put this king that helped to create the conflict that made this king walk away and has him feeling left out in the cold? What was going on that there was conflict that caused this king to walk away? The obstacle. Oh, that tower really wants to come out. It was another woman. Someone that he felt very, so we have the King of Wands, the World, and the Queen of Wands. So when this king walked away from this feminine, it was to walk towards another queen. And this other queen seems like she is... They both have Leo energy, but one of them has that Leo energy, that passionate Leo energy with a lot of emotion, with a lot of, it's tempered with a lot of emotional intelligence. And this queen doesn't care. The queen that was walked away from was the queen that really cared a lot, was very emotionally intelligent, and I suspect that this king didn't feel worthy of that. And if you're not at an equal vibration, if you don't feel like you deserve something good, it's kind of like putting magnets on the opposite sides and trying to put them together, and they just can't do that. So if this queen that was left behind was not only passionate and fiery, but she was emotionally intelligent as well, and this king didn't feel as though he was deserving of that, he wouldn't have been able to come together until he realizes that he is worthy of that kind of love. So what he did was he headed towards a fiery queen, a similar sort of energy, but one that doesn't pay him any attention, doesn't care, and it doesn't look like it went well, because the world is an end of a cycle, and we've got this end of a cycle between the two of them. So, yeah, death at the bottom of the deck. So, what is the energy that this masculine will embrace to overcome this obstacle? He's not happy being alone. He's not feeling attached any longer, and he wants to talk. But he can't. He wants to talk, but he's stuck in his head. He doesn't feel like he'll be victorious. He doesn't feel like he'll be victorious. He sees this feminine energy, this feminine that he walked away from, as doing well for himself, doing well for herself. And not even, that doesn't necessarily mean financially, it can just mean emotionally, that she's stable in whatever way. And he doesn't know if he can offer her the kind of love that she deserves. He doesn't know if she'll want to even listen. Kings, if you're listening and this is you, you're watching this feminine. You're watching her most likely on social media. What is the energy that this masculine will use to overcome this obstacle, please? When I say masculine or king, you know, this can be turned different ways too. I know many couples, you know, heterosexual couples, where the female is in more of a masculine energy and the male is in more of a feminine energy. It doesn't have anything to do with their sexual preference. It's just their personalities, you know. And as long as there's balance there and it works for them, that's what it is. So however this, you know, just because I'm saying she, he, king, queen, whatever, take it as it resonates for you. You know who you are if this resonates for you. What is the energy? You know what? I'm going to ask this differently. What is the energy that Spirit would like? What is the energy that Spirit would like for this masculine to embrace, to overcome this obstacle. And everything that I'm getting is reunion, commitment, justice, bringing things into balance are all what's going to take this to a better place. Stop telling yourself that this is a burden. Stop telling yourself that this is hard. You know, be willing to speak on it. Stop living in that energy of regret or thinking that you don't deserve anything that's committed and stable. What is the energy that Spirit would like this masculine to embrace to overcome this obstacle? No longer being complacent. King of Swords. Decisive. Tell me more about the energy that Spirit would like for this king to embrace to overcome this obstacle. What is the energy that Spirit wants this king to embrace? Stop thinking that something terrible is going to happen when you take this action. If you continue to think that way, it might happen the way that you imagine it. You have to create it happening well in your mind first. That might be it. Nope, here we go. So we have Page of Cups and Six of Cups. Six of Cups is my favorite. It's a soulmate sort of love. It's when you meet someone and they just feel like home, they feel like you've always known them, and you're just comfortable with them right away. It's that kind of love. And if you haven't experienced that, I hope that you will. I have, and it's yummy. And then we have Page of Cups, which is making an offer of love to this person. Being decisive about making an offer of love to this person. King of Swords, in case it's interesting to you, this is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. And then Six of Cups is Scorpio energy too. So we're in Scorpio season, so might be dealing with a Scorpio here. We also have Cancer, Pisces, and more Scorpio energy here. But being decisive about making this offer of love, like do it. Spirit's saying do it. Oh gosh. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Justice. Balance. When you do, it's going to bring that balance in. Okay, so this is all super good, but of course I have to tempt fate and ask what will happen when you do this, right? Because I'm crazy. No, can't leave well enough alone, right? What will happen when this masculine is decisive about making this offer of love to this feminine? What will happen? I'm hearing journey. Could be a trip, travel, emotional journey, a spiritual journey. Just hearing journey. This may be someone that you have that you want to it might be more than just romantic. Someone that you have a mission with. Someone that you're supposed to complete a mission with. What will happen when this king is decisive about making a love offer? Great fortune just wanted to show itself, but it didn't come out, so we'll wait. I'll wait till another card comes out to show you what I got. Imprisonment, change, and main male. Imprisonment, change, and main male. He'll no longer feel imprisoned. Just has to send that message. Love it, love it. Decision about a mature woman. This is good stuff. So I never want the lesson to be lost in the story that tarot tells. So I really, to wrap this back up again, this really is about letting go of all these false narratives, like realizing, you don't need to continue to live in this energy of regret. You don't need to continue to live in this energy of guilt, of grief, of, whatever it is that you've been holding on to that's low vibrational, figure it out, make sense of it, find the lessons, make amends, make amends if you need to, with people in your life that you feel like you might have wronged if that's the situation, but then you need to forgive yourself and recognize that you're having a human experience, you're learning. These are all lessons for you to integrate into the person that you are. If we never make mistakes, we never grow. You would be stagnant and boring and have no depth, have no anything. It's how we become wise. Learning from our mistakes is how we become wise. And it's time to make that choice that you're going to go that way, because listen to me, kings, you have, this is going to make me cry and I don't know why, you have things to offer, not just this feminine but the world, the treasures that lie within you, that you are robbing the world of when you stay in this energy. When you continue to let your mind just be in this energy of chaos and conflict, you don't just steal from yourself, but you steal from others. You have gifts that you're meant to share. And it's time to get to work on it. And it's not saying that there's any great thing you need to do. You just need to be your best you. And everything else will just happen organically. But can we get advice here, please? Another big message here for this 1111 portal is that you deserve love. You deserve love, and you can, whoa, Ziff. You deserve love, and you can only receive the love that you deserve, the love that you desire, when you do these things, when you let go of the regret, the guilt, the grief. I think for some of you it's even self-loathing. When you learn to forgive yourself and others, when you learn to love yourself, when you learn to recognize your gifts. Can I get advice here, please? come to the edge. Come to the edge is all about doing something scary. There might be people here that you need to let go of too. You know, there might be, you know, obviously if you haven't let go of this fiery queen that is not invested emotionally, it might be time to let her go. And that might be scary for you, making an offer to this queen, sort of queen in waiting, it seems like. That might seem scary to you. There was an energy of envy at one point. You know, so this might be a queen that has options. And you know it. Higher power at the bottom of the deck. The divine universe, our spirit guides, angels, Heavenly Father, I'm not going to speak for Heavenly Father, but the divine wants you to move towards this. It wants you to do something hard. So do something hard, because it looks like there's a whole lot of great payoff for all of it. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy this week. Stay high vibrational, stay positive, and you know the things that you think, and you know, set goals, set intentions, and write them down. So thanks for joining me.